Hello and welcome. Good evening, everyone. This is Libby. Hi, Shell Bell. Hi, Bossy Pants. Oh my gosh, I love your name. And then you have the little, what's that girl's name? And she's super bossy from Charlie Brown. And hi, Aggie. Welcome, welcome. So, and yeah, wow. I've been thinking about this. I've been stewing about this all day, everything that's going on with Summer's case and the craziness on Facebook. Um, but first, first, what did y'all think about when Chris McDonough spoke about the significance, but he didn't tell us why it was significant. But what do you all think the significance is of Don telling us that that outfit that Summer was wearing was her first day of school outfit? Because what I'm thinking is, and I want to know what you all think, if you think this is it or if there's more. And you can probably hear the frogs in the background. They're so loud. It's been raining all day. Sorry. But anyway, so Candace said in an interview with the Rogersville Review that she had purchased that first day of school outfit specifically for the first day of school. Okay. Um, like a week prior to the day that Summer went missing. And she said it was still in mom's truck, as in, to me, that means she bought it and never brought it in the house yet. And so that's why it was in there. And so when after Summer went swimming, that's all she had to put on her, right? But Don says in his interview, and I don't know why this is necessarily significant other than either Don just makes things up as he goes along or he's straight up lying. I don't know which it is. But Don said that Summer picked that outfit out that morning because it was a special, you know, her school outfit. Okay, those two things aren't the same, right? So Summer picking it out in the morning would mean that it was in her house, likely. And she said, I want to wear this today. But no, she was put in her swimsuit in the morning, went swimming. That outfit just happened to be in the truck still. And so that's what she was put in. So those two things, they just don't coincide, right? They're not harmoniously sitting there together as two truths on the branch of truth, on the tree branch of truth. So anyway, that was a weird analogy, but you know what I mean. So what they said, what each of them said, just it's not jiving for me. Okay, so now here, what I have on the screen here is some real weirdness also that is between Don and Rose Meyer. And this is a thread that I was not able to find. It was screenshotted, and so I do not know where I don't know where they found this. I know that it's obviously on Facebook, but I don't know that what Rose says here in these places actually go with Don's post right here. Okay. So this is when he goes on his little rant here. Why does so many want to prove to everyone and prove to me that there's no good in me? What do you get out of that? I was so confident. I used to unload semi trucks and dad would let me drive them when 6 years old. Couldn't shift, but he'd set the throttle and jump back in the sleeper. Since my parents' divorce, it seems most everyone tries to convince me I'm no good. And it goes on. Okay. So, what I want to show you here is that someone was asking about the GoFundMe. Okay. And Rose says, per the family's wishes in Candace's interview, where she lied. So, evidently, the GoFundMe was never, or it hasn't been. Oh, okay. Okay. So these might be mixed up somehow. But over here to the right, okay, any funds not already withdrawn by Candace will be returned by GoFundMe. The link didn't work. Are you sure it's a .com? Okay. Anyway, point is, what it sounds like here to me is that the GoFundMe is no longer happening. And she states, Rose Meyer states, that it's because of Candace's wishes, which I know what she's referring to. In that article, Candace says, people keep trying to give us money. We don't want any money. We just want our daughter back. Okay. I don't know why that would be upsetting to Rose necessarily, but then here's where it's weird. She says, where she lied. She made 3 trips to Kingsport, set it up. I don't support liars in any way, shape, or form. So apparently Rose feels that Candace is lying about something. Okay, so that's messy. If anyone knows what it's referring to, let me know. Okay, so now here's some more business, messy business. Okay, Aggie, I don't know about that. Do you have confirmation of that about having to wear a uniform to school? I don't know, but seems warm for a school outfit considering. Okay. Yeah, I think so too, Lola Roo, that outfit seems warm. Yeah, it's a little strange. But that definitely wasn't a uniform. It was like a track suit, it looked like to me. So anyway, Chris, this was from Discord, and Chris McDonough said, so I just finished a call with Don's half sister. Wow. She let me record the interview. I don't, okay, let me just interject and say I don't believe she's his half sister. I believe she is the stepsister. I don't think there's any blood relation there. Um, and I can verify that this is actually, truthfully, Chris McDonough's Discord. This is a screenshot from Facebook. Okay. Full disclosure. I personally did not find this on Discord. I saw this on Facebook. So that's how I'm reporting it. All right. So she let me record the interview. He started M word her at age 5 for over 7 years. He's 7 years older, and it stopped when she was 12. So if you do that math, okay, 12 plus 7 is 19, right? And this is what I was saying the other day, that yeah, maybe it started when he was a kid, but you're not a kid anymore at 19, sweets. Frankly, when she was 5 and he was 12, he should have known better. So no, we're not, he's not getting a pass on that from me. Anyway, um, he was caught once by her father, and her mother wanted him arrested, but the dad pushed it under the rug. I have Don on tape admitting that he did it, and this is why he's blowing a gasket today. He also called his father a week ago, bragging he was making a lot of money as people were donating, and his father hung up on him, admonishing him to search for his daughter. Betty Joe, you think they have the same father? That may be. I heard an interview from one of the sisters, and she stated that she was the stepsister. So, and I thought that's the one that we were talking about, but it could be another one because I know that there's more than one sister. Okay, so there's a big one of that. All right. And then I have Don on tape admitting he did it, and this is why he's lost it on me. He knows that I know his victimology is Summer's age. That's right. And that's what I've been saying too. As soon as I heard that mess about how old, although I thought she was 4, I thought I had heard that she was 4. I'm pretty sure that's what Trish had reported, but she could have been 4 going on 5. Anyway, around the same age. Okay. So big, huge, fat, ugly red flag is what I call that. Same age, 4 or 5, starting with that crap. Okay. Not saying it's happening, saying it looks shady. Super, super shady. Suspect. All right. So I also wanted to share with you because it just gets deeper and deeper, you guys. I can't with this. Um, I'm going to share this video by Q Carlock. If you are not subscribed to her, I recommend that you check her out. She does excellent work and she uncovered some nastiness on Candace's side of the family. Are we shocked? Probably not. I mean, no disrespect. I don't. It's just, it is what it is, you guys. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Not today or any day for that matter. Okay, I'm going to put it on 1.5 speed. So here she's just going to talk a little bit about what inherited behaviors are, which Chris talked about. And it's interesting because there is some research that shows that even if you aren't raised in the same household as your parent, you can inherit some of their behaviors. Um, it's not it's not a certainty, but there have been studies, for example, on twins that were adopted out and then later they find out that they have a lot of the same personality traits as one another and or well not and their parents, even though their bio parents didn't raise them. Could be a coincidence, could be a link. There's different opinions on that. But let's get started with this video. Dang, did I forgot the audio again, didn't I? All right. Y'all, I thought you were gonna I thought so, I need a mod in here. I need a mod to help remind me to put the audio on when I go to a video, please. Then I can blame it on you. Oh Lord. Let's try that again. Jesus, take the wheel. Okay.
So the reason for this video is to just highlight more of what little Summer Wells grew up around, because they say we're a product of our environment and we can have inherited behaviors and things like that. So I just wanted to highlight the fact that not only on Summer's dad's side of the family is there pedophilia or sex offenders, but also, unfortunately, on mom's side as well. The person we're referring to is the brother of Candy, also known as Grandma Harrod, Grandis, and a few other things. But she's Grandma. My common denominator. She's also missing in action as far as I'm concerned because she's trucked it back to Wisconsin. In either case, this is not about her. This is about her brother, Candace's direct uncle. This man is Warren Scott Harrer. This is in regards to his criminal past. One or more charges in this case, Warren Scott Harrer was found guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. The defendant was found guilty of actually committing the crime charged, but was also found not to be legally responsible under Wisconsin Stats 971.165 for committing the crimes because of the defendant's mental condition. The legal effect of a finding of not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect is that the court must commit the defendant to the custody of the Department of Health and Family Services. This is Warren Scott Harrer.
Look at
I'll
him.
point out what I've pointed out before in
Gross.
my lives. He looks eerily
Ugh.
similar to Rose Marie Bly. That might make a little sense when you hear the rest of the charges. I have seen people in the comments that go, "Oh yeah, I look like my uncle," and so I won't take that from you. I'm not saying you can't look like your uncle. I'm just saying Rose Marie Bly looks eerily similar to her uncle, and I'll leave it at that for now. At the time of this, which was last confirmed in April of 21, he was 63 years old, male, white, 6'3", 220 pounds, blue eyes, blonde or strawberry hair color. This is Warren Scott Harrer. First charge I have here was July 9th, 1984 in Wisconsin, and it is for first-degree sexual assault. 10 years later, also in Wisconsin, clearly he was a free man again. He has another charge, or I should say case listed here. The offense, not guilty by reason of mental disease. So let's look at the 1994 case. And what exactly did he get off on? There are 8 charges on this case. Count 1, incest with a child, felony C. He pleaded no contest. The action was guilty, but not guilty due to mental disease or defect. Charges 2 and 3, incest with child, felony C. He pleaded no contest. The action was guilty, but not guilty due to mental disease or defect. Counts 3 and 4, nothing changes. More incest with a child, felony C. Guilty, but not guilty due to mental disease or defect. Counts 5 and 6, more incest with a child. Count 7 and the final count 8, incest with a child, felony C, no contest. Guilty, but not guilty due to mental disease or defect. So, dear old Uncle Harrer is a registered sex offender. He is compliant, which means that he is checking in. This was verified as of April 28, 2021. And a lot of people were asking, okay, well, is he still locked up? What's going on? Well, I'll tell you this. According to Cops and Courts, September 30th, 2009, by way of my wonderful subscriber, Jay Gunderson, and also a super shout out to Aubrey, one of the greatest moderators ever, for getting all this information over to me. But was he locked up? Well, not the whole time. Because as you can see here, Warren Scott Harrer of Madison, was once again caught up. First degree sexual assault, sexual contact this time with a person under the age of 13. So, this man, just like the rest of the Bells' side of the family, I guess, and the Harris side, nobody, nobody takes accountability in this family. How does this happen on both ends of the spectrum? This is what I was asking in my live. Where the hell did they meet? You got Donald Wells, the sex offender. Then you've got his son, Donald Wells, the sex offender. And then you've got Uncle on the other side, the sex offender. This is just all we know of. And I'm beginning to believe my theory even more about Grandma Hera being some sort of manipulator and having some sort of control, abusive control over Candace, and also being one of my prime suspects in the case of our missing baby girl, Summer Wells. Those are just my thoughts. But what I've just shown you, these are facts. These are the type of people this baby has been raised around. These are the people that were in her life. Where is he now? I don't know. Could he have made his way through that damn dog trail? Absolutely, in my opinion, if he knew the area, because we're thinking it's somebody close to them. And if I have to think outside of mom and dad and grandma, this is where my mind goes. Him. Of course, we got the mysterious Jose. We've got Chris Marcos. I mean, there's other names we can call. I don't think they hold much weight. But this just proves whether or not they had a million sex offenders living in their area and Candace didn't know about it. They knew they had them right there in their family. I don't know how close Summer was to this man, but damn it, his sister is her grandmother. And if we're talking about inherited behavior and being a product of our environment, we got to talk about this. So I'll see y'all in the comments. Beautiful people. What are
Oh,
your thoughts?
God.
I know you got them.
Mm-mm.
Save Summer Wells. Justice for Summer Wells.
Mm-hmm. Y'all. Yeah. Disturbing to say the least, right? Hi, yes, star time for me. Thank you, darling. Thank you for joining. Um, I agree, Lori. I agree. Sex offenders do not deserve to breathe. Yes, this poor baby. So, one thing that I was going to say when Q was talking about, where did these two meet? How does this happen? And I often wonder that too about lots of partners in crime, we'll say. Do any of you know of the case with Ian? Dang it, is that his name? Ian and Myrna or something like that? It was on the Morbid podcast. Anyway, they committed just horrific, nasty, nasty crimes together. Um, but think of it this way. Think of it, and this is so so sad. But have you ever known of someone who continually finds themselves in an abusive relationship? And you wonder, how does this person keep finding himself or herself in different abusive relationships? I mean, is there something on their forehead that says abuse me? In a way, yes. And that's I'm not saying that to place blame on a victim, so please do not misconstrue what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that a lot of times we tend to take on the role that we've been assigned. And so when you're a victim, unfortunately, it's likely that you will continue to be a victim and that energy will show to others, right? And so in a way, you're placing a target on yourself inadvertently, not wanting to, of course. And I can speak to this on a much simpler level. Um, I just got a notification. But anywho, when I was a kid, I often had, like every school I went to, I had a bully, and I could never figure out as a kid, I was like, geez, what's wrong with me? Why is this happening? Da, da, da. But now as an adult, I can look back and I can definitely understand how I placed a target on myself, um, because of my low self-esteem and whatever, being victimized initially did to me by just crushing my spirit and what I thought about myself. That translated into my behavior. And so I walked around just pretty much wearing a sign that said, victimize me, abuse me, bully me, because I don't, because I'm a victim. Anyway, that was a little bit of a tangent. And you're right. You don't attract a decent person. And I'm not blaming. I don't want it to sound like I'm blaming a victim, because it's not like that you're doing that and you don't want to do that. It's kind of a curse. And so the only way to move beyond that and to not attract those kind of people is to change your view of yourself. So to start believing, no, I'm not a victim. I won't be a victim, but you've got to believe it and you've got to carry yourself that way. So, anyway, what I'm saying is that people attract what they attract the energy that they put out. And so, if Candace put out the energy as a victim, she attracted someone who victimizes inadvertently. That's all I'm saying. As life slows down, kids are raised, and you yourself are a victim of SA. It comes up more and more in your memory, and hopefully understand you're a survivor. Yes, absolutely. Yep. I know, Shell. I do not like that. Mm-mm. And don't get me wrong. I know that no one should be looking at a child in a sexual way. So it shouldn't be a big deal to have a picture. I mean, I remember when I was little, when my kids were little even, we would take a picture of our kid like in the bathtub, not showing all their parts, right? But you can't do that stuff anymore. You can't. And we probably never should. But it doesn't occur to wholesome people that are just taking a picture of their beautiful child, that some perv is going to be looking at it. Very good point. And yes, I thought about that too, mystery seeker. Because remember, Don is quite a bit older than Candace. Some people need to be put down. Yeah. I sometimes I wish, we could just have an island, just the island of sex offenders, and they can just live there together and, you know, do what they do to each other, because apparently they're good with it. I'm sorry. It's so sick. It's so sick, y'all. Um, Let me share with you, because I went and looked up. I just wanted to not just take, Q's research and just totally take what she did. I wanted to show you that I did look it up as well. And here it is. Um, where's his name? Jeez. Oh, here it is. Okay. So Warren Scott Harrer, 1958. is when he was born. And then here's all his attorneys. And then I noticed this here, so I just wanted to see what this says. So he appeared in January. Now she said something about April, and I don't see anything on here for April. But anyway, this is from January of 2021. Case on for a motion hearing to review or modify terms of conditional release to address line of sight provision. Court takes judicial notice of correspondence from LSS to the court regarding this issue. The state does not intend to call witnesses. State opposes motion. Original sentencing is very complicated, and to look at one aspect of sentence does not allow court to look at overall sentence that court put together. Believes it is that's a long word, y'all. Delecterious to original sentence. Issue was raised once before and denied. Facts and circumstances have not changed. Have attempted to comply with VR, but not all victims able to be reached. But based on past positions, all victims would be in opposition. State has made reasonable efforts to comply, but not aware of all victims' present addresses. How many dang victims are there? This is so sick. Court reviews history of conditional release plan. Mr. Laughlin makes argument. Court makes statement. Reviews that court must look at when making decision to terminate. Mr. Laughlin makes statement that, did I just read the same sentence over? He has sufficiently set up legal standard. Mr. Reinecke makes argument. This is a motion to modify and believes it should be supported by testimony or affidavit. Neither are on the record to grant the modification. Mr. McLaughlin makes argument, no objection by Mr. Reinecke. Court believes the motion is premature as no job interview is pending. Okay, so he was trying to get a job, release for a job. Court reviews criminal compliant, very serious crimes. Court reviews letter from LSS. What is LSS? I don't know what that stands for. Mr. McLaughlin believes he is in good standing with current employer. Okay, so he does work and current facility. So that's he was in some kind of facility at that point. Oh, this is 2020. My bad. I'm sorry. I said 2021 and I was mistaken. So I don't know if this dude is out or not. But we do know that he's an ugly dude. Just saying. I know, right, Lori? First time done. Yes. Seriously. Seriously. Mystery Seeker, you are on point today. That is a great point because this is Wisconsin. This dude is in Wisconsin. This is yeah. Lord, Lord, Lord. Oh my gosh. Okay, sort of the spirit. What are you saying? Two people like that do not have only a black powder weapon on hand. They're well stocked. I heard part of why the boys were taken was fear of a standoff with Don. Oh no. Oh no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay. The lack of public appeals and comments from law enforcement is hopefully a sign they are confident they can solve it. Yes. All right. So I want to just show you some more of the craziness on Facebook that I found. I just have so many screenshots. I'm like, where do I start? Okay. Let's me try this. Do I want a tab or a window? I have 75 tabs. Actually, I don't have that many tabs open, so it shouldn't be that confusing. But of course, I think that's it. Okay. So let me make this move here and let me get rid of this banner. Can y'all hear the frogs? They're just obnoxious. I think that's where I want it to be. Yeah, okay. So, no, 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 no. Okay. So, Johnny says, and this was the night after, or not after, but this was the same night that, the interview room had spoken to Don and made made the video talking about it. And he says, Chris McDonough twisted everything. He's the biggest liar, such and such. And the way that people responded was interesting. Okay. So here's one that says that is not true. He bent over backwards to help Don Wells because this Patricia chick said, true that, true that. So evidently she agreed that Chris lied to him and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that is not true. He bent over backwards to help Don Wells, but sadly, Don opened himself up again to revealing lies. He claimed the cops were not there, but in fact, they were there. Don did not rush home. He went past his home and to the shed. Why? Great question. All right, so then it came from your mouth. Okay, so people were insinuating, or he was saying that Chris is lying about this stuff. So someone says it came from your mouth. So then someone comes in and, swoops in and wants to stand up for Don and says, I watched the video. Don never spoke. The guy spoke. He said, Don said this or that. Because Don called him. Duh, Chris did say that. Someone says, huh? Maggie says, the guy is a homicide detective. You truly think he didn't record the call between Don and him? Good point. He actually specializes in pedophiles and sex crimes against children. Then someone said, oh, Don, I'm sorry. He's just concerned for Summer, as we all are. Then Nicolina pops in and says, y'all don't care about his daughter. Um, I don't understand that sentiment. Okay. Why, why, why? Oh, and then she's got a little sheep and a wolf. So she's saying that anyone, basically, it's what I read into that, and I am totally reading into it. But you see, she got a sheep and a wolf. Y'all don't care about his daughter. So because we're holding Don accountable for his words and his actions, his past, his criminal history, his lies, that means we don't care about Summer, according to Nicolina here. Whatever. Okay. Don, he recorded your phone call and TBI has the call, and then he can tell the world. And then someone said they do a lie detector with the call. It's crazy. Then someone's like, they don't do a polygraph on a phone call. Face smack. Look at face, hand in the face. Yes, they do. I've never heard of such a thing. No, they don't. Who knows? I don't know. Sounds crazy to me. There are apps that can claim to detect over the phone, but they can't. I would think Chris would know better than you. Yeah. He said himself that there are machines that they can use over the phone to see if someone's lying. Go listen for yourself. Okay, I didn't hear that. No, they don't. Chris explained that whole theory. You can, but you have to hook up special devices. Yup. Do you really think he's going to tell you everything, dude? LOL. Yes, they can. That's crazy. I didn't hear that part. Did you? Did anyone hear that part about hooking something up to a phone to try to detect a lie? So is there really a gag order either? I haven't watched Chris's video, just asking you. Donald Wells, I just want to see your daughter found. Amen. Praying for you all. Yes, yes. Okay, so someone says the gag order is for the boys only, and I don't know. And then someone talks about, oh, read your Bible today, or are you not, or are you out sinning by judging again? So listen, we are not to judge one another, right? According to the word in the Bible. However, we are to use discernment. We are to be able to discern whether someone is being deceitful. And then the person's response was, I went and fed the homeless today. What did you do? Shop at Sephora? It's insane. Okay, what did you say, Mystery Seeker? I think it is known by them and why the statement was made by Candace when she was supposedly drunk, if you remember the part Allie was talking about. Right. Why would you all you that what has YouTube pages go on there every night and day to help Summer if y'all didn't care? True. And like I've said before many times, I know that what I'm doing is not going to find Summer. I'm not suggesting that it is. Do I want Summer found? Abso-freaking-lutely. Do I pray that she is found alive and well? Yes, 100%. But am I in a position to fly to Tennessee or fly anywhere else and look for her? No, I'm not. But I am interested in the case, just like you are. And I do like to discuss it because I care and because I want justice for her. And that's all I can really say about that. I'm not, I'm not suggesting that I am a detective and that, anything that I'm doing is going to solve her case. We're talking about it because we care about the baby and because we're sickened by what has happened, and it brings us some kind of comfort to talk about it. If that's, not okay with people, then they don't need to partake in it, but they don't need to tell me about myself. All right. So now someone was questioning the credentials of Chris McDonough. Okay. And I've been on the website for the cold case, whatever it's called, where he works or who he works for. And it's legit. He's an actual, he is who he says he is. And he does have the credentials that he says. So anyway, Julie says he's legit and solved hundreds of cases. He's a behavioral analyst working with FBI. He spends extensively, or he spent extensive, that's not worded correctly, but he spent extensive time as a homicide detective and canine handler. He was on Oprah and multiple crime shows. He has a credible, impeccable record and is the founder of Cold Case Foundation, actively assisting TBI. You are? Six question marks. You do realize who he keeps company with. Anyone that is guilty that talks to him has nobody but themselves to blame. Now we will see Don's epic meltdown unfold. Yeah, I do believe that will be happening soon. Yes, I'm very familiar with the case. Just at first it said Barry something else, and I was making sure it was the same person and not someone else she was referring to. Who's Barry? I don't know where that came from. But so here is the Cold Case Foundation. That's what it is. Law Enforcement Relations. He's a retired detective. You idiots, says Mandy. Years and years of experience and a better record than Don. Just remember that. Everyone who is trying to help Don, he pulls apart and blames them for everything. LOL, use your brains, guys. Interesting. Okay, so someone. All right. So this is in response to, this is the same thread, y'all. Okay, this is in response to when Don was saying Chris McDonough's a liar, blah, blah, blah. I did not know that, Donald. I'm sorry to hear that. I want you to know that I do not know him personally and I do not work for him. I thought he was doing a good job, in my opinion, but I want you to trust me. I can help your case. Thank you for posting the video I requested earlier. I want you to know that I helped in the Las Vegas shooting case, interviewing many of the victims that were shot below the Mandalay Bay Hotel. I was the first person to interview the key witness, cab driver Corey Langdon. Please continue to trust me and keep working with the police. They want your daughter to be found and brought home safe. Thanks. And then people are talking smack to this person, and I don't know who this is, but tell Don how you knowed the trail was next to the generator when Candace nor Chris knew where it was, but you knew exactly where it was. So it's just thick up in here. It's thick. All right, now I did not blew out their names, so we couldn't read that. Okay. I would like to hear as well. I thought he was very respectful to Don. That's why you should have went on camera so he couldn't. It's never your responsibility, is it, Don? Always someone else's fault, right? It's your own words that are leading folks to reasonable thoughts and conclusions. Stop blaming everyone else and point that finger right back at you. Then Nicolina says, Jenny, did you read your Bible today? Oh, Lord, have mercy. Hmm. Horse shit, man. You're something else. Boy, what is this? Smell. Guilt? You drinking right now? You are a real POS to me. You need to get out there and look for your daughter because you already know where she is. I don't want to believe shit you say. How come everyone is wrong, but you're not? You really are a crock of shit. Don, when will you learn not to point the finger at everyone else as a deflection? I say this as the more you do this, the deeper the hole you are digging with the haters, as I found absolutely nothing wrong with what Chris said and was very, very respectful towards you. He has explained to you many times he looks at facts and is neutral until someone is found guilty. You are also aware his channel is not called Don's Word of Gospel. He is trying to help you, And just like the police, the TBI, etc., you throw them under the bus, and this is not helping you. Mm-mm-mm. See, people are giving him some good advice. I wonder if he's listening. I wonder what he's posted lately. All right, so listen, I got to tell you, there's a couple people named Autumn something, and I've seen them on YouTube channels as well as in Facebook posts, and I swear I think it's the same person. And I don't know what her deal is. She's just, I just always see whoever this is just causing trouble. So someone says, "Don't do this, Don. You know damn well what the truth is. You lied and said there were no police there when you arrived that day. The cops were there. You went to the barn for barn. There's a barn? I don't think there's a barn. But anyway, you went to the shed first before going up to the house. Why? You know you were trafficking that sweet little girl. You make your family live in most nightmarish conditions." Then our friend Autumn said, "I mean, since you know the truth, why aren't you telling this to police?" And she's just always got something to say to somebody who says something, anything against Don. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what her deal is. I kind of think it might be Candace. He goes past his property to the shed. He sees his boys there. Crystal says Don Wells lied. He said he beat the authorities home. That was a lie. They were already at the driveway when Don Wells pulled up. Donald Wells, liar. Crystal, at this point, the only thing Wells is worried about is what is admissible in court. He does not care that we know he's lying. He knows the arrests are coming. Okay, and then down here, too, here's this Autumn again, because someone said, WTF does Chris have to lie about? To lie for? For real. Like, why would he? Okay. Don, you and Candace are the biggest liars. STFU. Our friend Autumn came in and says, "You're not even friends with him on Facebook, so why you purposely seek out his profile just to tell him to shut up?" Well, Autumn, for the same reason that you purposely go around to YouTube channels and Facebook posts to talk smack to anyone who questions him. Hmm. Seems like there's an agenda there. All right, someone says, Chris McDonough is a total professional, class act, and smart as a whip. He was kind to you and Candace, and now you are blaming him. And before that, it was law enforcement and EquiSearch, blah, blah, blah. Never you. So much blame, and never a thank you to all the searchers and law enforcement devoting countless hours to assist and try to bring her home. Ungrateful toward the helpers in such a sad situation speaks volumes. 100%. Then someone says, I hope everything comes to light soon. Amen to that. If you are indeed going down that dark and twisty path and it is not forsaken to you, if we find out Summer is okay and no foul play, you will then indeed have the last laugh. Until then, I encourage you to sit quietly, breathe slowly, and call upon your Lord and Savior for the answers as to where the heck she is. If you truly are innocent, you would have the most to gain. Who would have the most to gain by this? It's been said that your daughter was everything to you. Who would want to take everything away from you? Um, yes. No, I would not send my kids out to dangerous. Although, okay, let me just play devil's advocate just for funsies. If she sent them right away, when Summer disappeared, maybe right at that point, she just was thinking that she ran somewhere. Although then she said over and over and over again, she would never leave the property. She would never leave her swing, et cetera, et cetera. So that's bananas. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me either. SK bugged. And I like your thing one and thing two. Aggie, what are you talking about? Whose wife? All right, let me see where I was now. Did I come to the last one? No. What is this? There. Uh, oh, where is it? See, here's this Autumn again. She's everywhere. Okay. Um, so then someone says he is an admitted child rapist. What is the matter with you people? So someone says, so why are you friends with him on Facebook? Just to harass him? I'm just saying, you're just like everyone else, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion. If you clearly feel the way you do, you shouldn't have sent him a friend request. And then someone said, why are you? And someone else said, I initially sent it in hopes of hearing news about Summer firsthand. Now I'm waiting for an arrest. Touche. And the response was, oh, please. A grown woman that used a 5-year old's girl missing platform to come out about something. Oh, okay. So this is something else here. Okay. So this is when in reference to Trish and her mom, who went public with the abuse, right? So someone has the nerve to say a grown woman that used a 5-year-old girl's missing platform to come out about something that happened 30 years ago, and a woman who also allowed her very own child to become a so-called victim of Don's as well. She doesn't sound like a good mother or person if she's trying to take the spotlight away. The spotlight? What in the what? From a missing little girl. Take him to court if that is what she feels she needs to do. Otherwise, have a seat for another 30 years. That is disgusting. And it is victim blaming. And that sucks. Victim blaming, unreal. Maybe she did try to do something about it back then. She did. And nobody listened. Maybe she's bringing it up now to prove a point that Don is a child molesting piece of shit and was probably continuing on his shithead ways with Summer. All right, that's enough of that. I just can't even look at it anymore. I can't. It's gross. But I am going to go and see if our friend Donnie has posted recently. And if he has, we're going to look at it. And if not, we're going to call it a night. Who else is going to be going live tonight? I can't wait to hear from the interview room again because I know he's got more to say. Oh my gosh, he did. He put something else out there. Oh boy. All right. So let me Let me share the screen with you. All right. Okay. So what the heck is this? Okay. So this is something that Don shared. Can you all see this? Yeah, just making sure. Shared 4 hours ago from YouTube. Miscarriages slash travesty of justice. Michael Crow case. Coerced confession. So this must be allegedly something that Chris may have participated in, possibly. So I just want to see what these comments are. So what he's doing here, guys, just and you probably recognize this. It's the same thing that he's been doing, right? He's trying to prove his innocence. I just want you to put yourself put yourself in the position for a few minutes of someone who's the love of your life, daughter, only daughter, 5-year-old daughter, okay? And she's not his only daughter, right? Actually, he's got an older daughter that I don't believe speaks to him. I wonder why. Um, but let's just say that your daughter is missing. Are you going to, first of all, is anyone going to be able to gather any shit to be throwing upon you? Any of the stuff that's going on with him? Okay. Because if not, then people wouldn't be coming for you, right? But let's just say people are coming for you about your past. Are you even going to blink about it? Or are you just going to be totally focused on where's my daughter? Find my daughter. Please help me find my daughter. No, this guy, over and over, all he's doing, all he posts about is to try to convince people of his innocence. He has posted more about trying to convince us of his innocence than he has posted about memories of his daughter. Okay. So someone says, oh, sorry, I didn't take out their names. If you actually pay attention, Chris lied to this little boy to make him confess, all while the kid was claiming she knew nothing. You all need to grow up and stop thinking this has anything to do with Candace and Dawn. They want to find their daughter and don't need any shit while doing so. Okay. So even if that did happen in this case, right here, um, let's see how that's comparing apples to oranges. To me, this person says, how are they searching? All I see is deflection. Donald isn't out looking for her. He's covering his ass on Facebook. There's a difference between the two. Yeah. My suggestion, this is from Jinx Evermore. Donald, my suggestion is that you continue to make posts where you do not post your personal feelings, such as you did with this post. It makes a point just as it is. Obviously, I cannot tell you what to do because you are a grown adult and a man, as well as Candace is a grown woman and mother. I can only advise you how to stop some of the harassment based on speculations and misinformation. What misinformation? It's correct information. But anyway, if you need help with your profile and settings As to stop public comments, give me a jingle in my inbox and I will be glad to assist you. Oh no, he wants them, honey. He wants it. I will assist you in any way I can. As of right now, your focus needs to be 100% on your daughter and on your sons. Amen to that, sister. And I am by no means telling you, Donald, that you need to get out there and do this or that or the other, because that is not my place. Most often in investigations with parents in situations like this, they're not allowed to be involved in the foot search, the actual investigation as far as searching for their loved one. Try and stop me. Try and stop me if I have a missing loved one. This must be extremely difficult. So, with this being said, I'm asking that you do not let anyone get under your skin. No one that is judging you knows for a fact that you were innocent or guilty of anything except for that which you have admitted to. There is no wrong in admitting to have struggled in your life and to have made bad choices, and it is not wrong to say, I don't know, I can't remember. You're a lot of us that cannot remember things, sometimes be it because of memory problems or because of the fact that we have had some kind of substance addiction, or whether the fact that we have had some kind of traumatic events in our life. You do not. No, I do not know what is your status as far as what you are responsible for regarding your daughter. So therefore, I will not judge you because I too have sinned. But I will tell you this, as you know, God sees all and he is your ultimate judge to the end. I would let no one bring you sadness, depression, anger, or anything else, as it is not worth your time. And at this time in your life, the only thing that you need to focus on is your beautiful little girl and 3 boys and your wife. And the same goes for your wife in the opposite direction, meaning you. Okay? Do even play with me on this case. This was a classmate. I know this case from front to back, left to right. Okay. It's not about the girl, but Chris M., the detective that got the false confession from the boy. Girl, no one is scared of you. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then this person's saying, no, he didn't. The detectives did. So they're saying that Chris McDonough he did not do that. It was the detectives. Chris only does the first stage. You can't have watched the whole thing. I haven't watched it at all. I have no idea. I'm tempted to go watch it now. Should we watch it? Should we watch it? Okay, true. Even Chris is human and people make mistakes, but 1 out of 10 good arrests is still 10 good ones. So, I'm not good with coercion of a minor, um, or really of anyone to get a false confession. But the fact of the matter is, that's not what's happened with Don. That's not what's happening. So no. Um, I'm gonna turn this. Let's watch this so we can see what they're even talking about. So I gotta stop that. Okay, hold on. I gotta do another screen share. And I'm not gonna forget to share the audio. Okay, Julie, you don't have to watch it, sweetie. Thank you for coming. Okay, so share audio. There we go. There we go. There we go. I just haven't seen it, y'all, so I gotta see it. And I'm gonna speed it up because I don't have time for pokiness.
A suspect. When we showed Detective Lou Scarcella the interrogation tape, he was much more familiar with the strategy.
Lord, that's too fast for me even. Okay, we're gonna go to 1.5, okay? 1.25.
Than he was with a machine.
I personally thought it was a ruse. using a tool to deceive the individual, which is beautiful as far as I'm concerned. I had no idea what this machine was.
Before giving the truth verification test, Detective McDonough actually works together with Michael to formulate the questions.
What are some things we want to learn here, do you think?
If I know who did it, if I did it.
Okay, well, let's do that then. Do you know who, let's say, took Stephanie's life?
No.
Okay, would that be a good, fair question?
Yes.
Okay, do you know who took? Do you know how she died?
No.
Soon the test questions are agreed upon, and McDonough asks Michael to sign a form declaring he's about to take the test voluntarily.
So you don't realize what's happening. You've now been sucked into a process, and that process is going to roll forward for as long as you let it roll forward.
So Michael's interrogation continues. All the while, his parents assume he's being looked after at a children's shelter, unaware he is in police custody.
They just kept grilling and grilling and grilling. And to think that we were at home, not even knowing he was near the police station. If we would have known, we would have been there.
Now, however, Michael seems almost relieved to be cooperating and submits readily to the voice stress analyzer.
Are you sitting down? Yes. Do you know who took Stephanie's life?
No.
Is today Thursday?
Yes.
Did you take Stephanie's life?
No.
8 minutes later, the truth exam is complete.
Let me go over these charts, and I'll be back here in a couple minutes, okay?
When we come back, what will the voice stress exam reveal? It is 4 p.m. Thursday, January 22nd, 1998, and 14-year-old Michael Crow of Escondido, California, is in the midst of a 4-hour interrogation at police headquarters without an attorney or his parents present. His younger sister Stephanie was found murdered at home the day before, and investigators suspect Michael may be involved. He has just completed a voice stress exam. Now, Detective Chris McDonough returns with the results.
What did you think? What were your thoughts through the whole thing?
I don't know. Nervous.
Nervous? Okay, let's go over that. What were you nervous about?
I don't know, that it might be wrong.
Okay, in what way?
It might say I did kill Stephanie.
Okay, and why would it say that?
I don't know, because everyone's already treating me like that.
Well, and I can understand your feelings there, okay? I mean, you're 14 and you've been through a lot, okay? But this instrument doesn't know you, does it?
No.
Science is in our favor. Okay, technology's on our side. Okay? I mean, can you understand that?
The detective shows Michael the charts of his performance on the so-called truth exam. They indicate he lied when he answered no to question 12, do you know who took Stephanie's life?
Maybe there's something we need to understand about Michael and about your sister that we didn't understand, and maybe somebody could have helped. It's okay. It's okay to feel the way you feel.
I really,
Okay,
I don't know.
okay.
I don't know why I'd say that. I swear to God, I don't know.
But the police think they know. Their theory on this second day of the investigation is that a very smart, very lonely, and very angry Michael Crow stabbed his sister to death. His likely motive, a rage-fueled case of sibling rivalry.
I'm looking at you right now, okay, and inside you're about ready to burst. We can't bring her back. She's gone. Okay? You're fighting it. You're
I don't know what to do anymore.
I understand.
Now I'm being told that I'm lying. I'm not.
Michael, I'm not saying that. Have you heard me say that? What if they come back and say to you, Michael, we have your hair?
While the search for truth is at the heart of the interrogation process, the police are not required to tell the truth.
They can use false polygraph lie detector test results to say your polygraph showed you were guilty when that was not the case. And this is all considered legitimate interrogation tactics.
As far as I'm concerned, there are no rules with homicide. No rules. You have to stay within the law. You have to be aware that people have rights, but there are no rules. And yes, we can use deception.
I think many of the American public would be surprised and shocked by this. They're allowed to lie to their suspect. Courts have allowed them to lie.
They say, Michael, we have your hair in her hand. And all of a sudden, you go, now what? I mean, what are you going to do at that point? I mean,
At that point, I would do a complete blank out and get him not knowing it. Because I don't know.
Hypothetically. Could that have happened?
No, not that I know of.
Not that you know of.
Like I said, I would have to be completely unaware of it.
Okay. Have you ever blacked out before?
No, never.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you.
If I knew who did it, you would know. Everyone would know right now.
Okay, why?
I just remember did it. If I ever find out, I'll hate them forever. I love her. I love her deeply.
Soon after, Michael Crow once again is left alone.
Poor kid. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I don't.
The next thing is to convince the person that their situation is hopeless.
They can say that there was evidence found at the scene of the crime, blood, semen, whatever, that points to the suspect.
Now, Ralph Clater, the lead detective on this homicide case, an investigator with 23 years of experience, returns with his tough, less patient style and more false evidence.
You know, there was a lot of blood. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. You need to stay with me, Michael. It's very difficult for the person who did it not to get blood on them.
Yeah.
Okay? And not to transfer that blood to other parts of the house.
Yeah.
We found blood in your room already.
God.
You're talking to a 14-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Wasn't it possible that the blood did turn up in the room? What is that telling the kid? I better confess to this.
We use processes called.
Where'd you find it?
Pardon me?
Where'd you find the blood?
I'm sure you know.
Why? God, I don't know. I didn't do it. I swear to that.
Does that mean you can't tell me about the night?
What are we talking about?
Okay.
I don't know what we're talking about.
This is heart-wrenching.
You got your whole life ahead of you, don't you?
Yeah.
At that point, he's being, accused of the unthinkable. He's being accused of murdering his own sister. And he's insisting, look, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. But they wouldn't take no for an answer.
God. Oh, God.
Jules, that's exactly what I thought about was Brendan Dassey. Yes.
Why?
Oh,
Tell me.
I could not
Why are you
with
doing
that.
this to me?
Oh my gosh.
If I did this, I don't remember it. I don't remember a thing.
And you know what? That's possible.
Like many boys his age, 14-year-old Michael Crow spent much of his free time playing video games. Very often, perhaps too often, he was alone in his room, absorbed by the violent imagery. On Friday, January 23, 1998, Michael Crow once again enters the all-too-real world of a murder investigation where he is seen as the demon. With advice from a psychologist, detectives Ralph Clater and Mark Risley confront their teenage suspect with the theory that there may be two Michaels. And now they need the good Michael to help them expose the bad one.
You're a child. You're 14 years old. Nobody's going to hold you to the same standards that they would some criminal on the street. Okay? You're going to need some help through this.
One way to get this help, detectives suggest, is for Michael to write a letter to his dead sister asking for her forgiveness.
Outstanding tool. I never used the letter, but I have used other emotional tools.
Tools like this one that tend to ease a suspect's burden of guilt. Left alone in the interrogation room for the next 24 minutes, here is some of what Michael Crow writes to the sister the police believe he killed. Dear Stephanie, they are putting me through hell, and I think that's what I deserve. If I did do this, then I am insane.
Oh my gosh.
The only way I know I did is because they told me I did.
Oh my gosh.
I want you to know that I was not myself when I did this.
Oh my gosh. I can't.
When Detectives Clater and Risley return, they focus on the words in Michael's letter that, for the very first time, speak of his guilt. They push him for details of the killing, asking him which parts of his sister's body he might have stabbed in order to kill her.
Oh, God. No, this is horrific.
It's blessing that I can't remember. Please don't make me.
But making Michael remember is exactly what investigators are here to do. They tell him he faces two paths. If he doesn't talk and the case against him is made without his help, he'll go to jail. But if he does provide details,
I know, right,
he can
Betty
expect
Jo?
help in return.
And you have my personal guarantee that the help you need to accept this is going to be forthcoming. That is what the system is geared for.
I want to go down that path.
No, cut it out. Cut it out, Mike. Cut it out.
Yeah.
The reason I'm sounding impatient, Mike, is the 11th hour is rapidly approaching. All this evidence is going to be in. You put a rush on some things that, quite frankly, is going to bury you, my friend. And you need to head that off at the pass. You need to take the step over here first before you're hit with this avalanche.
But at this point, the police do not have any such avalanche of evidence. They're bluffing Michael, and he falls for it.
Like I have this overwhelming feeling that I killed her, but
Okay, let's hear. Let me hear about. Let me
I
hear
don't
about.
know why I feel that way.
Let me hear about it.
The pressure to get him to talk is working, yet he insists that the only details he can give them are ones he'll have to make up.
But it will. I'll lie. I'll have to make it up.
What's the story, Michael?
That night, I'm tired. She couldn't take it anymore. Okay. So I got a knife.
Did they say how long he's been
And I stabbed her.
questioned at
How
this
many
point?
times did you stab her?
I can't do it anymore. Because I can't. After this, y'all gotta watch the newest prayer vigil with Don and Ken. Oh Lord, now we gotta go watch that. How do I find it, Kevin? Is it on what's his name's Facebook? Timmy? Is that his name? I'm gonna start looking at Timmy's Facebook. So Don actually went, huh? Oh my gosh. Anyway, what I was about to say was that was reminding me so much of the what Lori said, the Brendan. I thought it was Brandon, but anyway, what was his last name? The nephew of the dude. Why can't I think of anything right now? Making of a Murderer or Making a Murderer. We need a warning. Will there be a lot of mourning, moaning with Father God Lords? Oh my gosh. Oh, it was too weird for you? Dassey, thank you. Brandon Dassey. Yeah. Anyway, it makes me think of him and the whatever I watched on him. They freaking interrogated him for hours, you guys. Hours and hours. That is just not okay. And his IQ is below average. I can't remember. I want to say that they even gave an age equivalent for his IQ, but I can't remember what it was. Jamie Wilson, YouTube. I don't know who that is. Is it anywhere else? Who's Jamie Wilson? And was this vigil by the same dude? That same, that quirky, nice kid? Somebody tell me. We did the video of warriors and the doctrine. Oh, okay, okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you, Aubrey. Yes, I do know who that is. And I will give him credit. I just want to make sure I do that because I don't know. I want to be shady. Uh-huh. Here it is. Okay. I found it. Let me make sure. Gotta make sure I was subscribed, guys. Gotta give credit where credit is due. Alrighty. That's how we do that. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Let's do that right there. Thank you, Tammy. Trigger warning, the vigil starts. What? No way, Aubrey. You stop that. There's no way. You guys, it's been pouring all day and now the ants are trying to get into my house. It's terrible. Here we go. Oops, I forgot to do the audio again. See? I got to make somebody a mod. Raise your hand if you want to be a mod so you can help me not do this poorly. Let me try it again. Share. Okay, click the box. Do it, Libby, do it. Click the box, Libby, click it. Okay. I did it. Okay, and here we are. I'm going to speed it up because you know how I do. And if it's bad, we'll put it back. Volume's pretty slacky. Then he had to do the ritual and then had to sacrifice the blood of the animals so that everybody's sins can be forgiven. And the only thing is, when he went into that place, there was an ark of covenant, and that was called the mercy seat. That's the only place. Oh. And because back then, they had to shed blood. Okay, so listen, just to clarify, in case somebody doesn't know, Betty Jo, shame on me. Okay. So listen, Linda's. Okay. She is talking about animal sacrifice, and that used to be done way back in the day in the Old Testament times before Jesus. You couldn't hear. I know. The sound is really low, but I did share the audio. It's just poor audio on the actual video, so it's not going to be any better. You know what I'm saying? Why does Don never say how much Summer loves Candy? I don't know, because he's a creep. And yes, this circus is wild, Aubrey. Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna just pass that. That we are, and yet without committing any sin. Therefore, let us with privilege approach the throne of grace, that is the throne of God's gracious favor, with confidence and without fear, so that we may receive mercy for our failures and finding His amazing grace to help in time of need, like right now for summer, in time of need, an appropriate blessing coming just at the right moment. Keep your faith, keep believing, keep praying. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord. This is
Amen.
Ooh, Don just said amen, I swear. I'm just kidding. I don't know if that was Don. Oh, go way past this. Are they gonna sing and everything and be? Oh, she's doing some. Okay, okay.
What I love about these gatherings, it just seems like we keep picking up more and more people each time. We are gathering together to pray around this little girl. And just the thing about it, I know it's the outside world, us gathering together and praying and singing worship songs, not seem very productive. And we've got kind of seem a little bit crazy to the outside world, but that's one amazing thing about God. He uses our audacious faith to move mountains. Through our audacious faith, He's going to move. The miraculous is going to be done. We're going to see great things being done, especially when you gathering and we're growing and more people are coming out. More people are believing God's going to move this situation. And I just see it. Spirit just moving through these gatherings, it's just growing this exponential. And the thing it's kind of crazy. She was talking about Moses. The kind of thing I was reminded of is kind of the man who followed Joshua. Moses didn't get to see the promised land, but Joshua got to walk in it. And I just think about crazy, audacious faith. How crazy a faith had to be when he was told to walk around the Jericho walls for 6 whole days just playing instruments. How crazy did that huge palace, that huge foundation, that huge fortress or whatever, this civilization, how crazy was it that they were just going to march around and believe that they were going to be able to conquer, be able to take the promised land by just marching around, singing worship songs, and just praying. And that's all God said to do. Just march around these walls. Don't declare a battle. Don't go to war. Just go around it and surround the walls. Keep surrounding the building. Keep marching around. He said, do it for 6 days. Don't stop. Every day, just get up in the morning. Just go around those city walls. Just keep going around. And that's what we're doing now. We just keep gathering around this situation. We keep marching around these walls that's just kind of surrounding the situation. When it seems bleak, when it seems like there's no hope, God says, keep marching, keep moving forward. But the walls are going to fall. And one way or the other, the walls are going to fall, the walls are going to come down. He says, don't stop on that 6th mark. Don't stop on the 6th day. Keep marching on that 7th day. Start playing your instruments as loud as you can and declare it. And on that 7th day, when they marched around it, them walls came down and they were able to go in and take that city. That's the hope that we have. We keep marching. We keep moving forward. We keep declaring. We keep praying. We keep coming here believing God's going to move. We keep showing up. And that's one thing that God loves is obedience. When kind of like a human aspect, I know I've got kids, and if my kids keep at me, I get frustrated so many times. They keep asking me the same questions. But God in the Bible says it's just like, just keep going at me. Just going at it relentlessly pursuing after the prayer. Keep going at me. Keep going at me. He even used the parable. Said the woman that is going to the neighbor and asking for some flour. Keep beating on the door. And they said, well, you know what hour it is. Yes. He kept beating until they finally got what they wanted. And God says, just keep beating, keep moving, keep marching, keep playing those instruments, keep singing in worship songs, keep praying, keep believing, and God's going to show up. And I know sometimes we don't always see Him at work. And just like I'm sure at that moment, Joshua had to feel kind of bleak. We marched around the city on the 1st day. I don't know what God's doing, but nothing happened. Marched around the 2nd day. I don't know what's going on. Nothing happened. Marched around the 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, 6th day. You know, by the 6th day, he said, I don't think God's going to show up. I don't know what God's doing. I don't know what God's got in store. He said, do it. So we're just being obedient. We're doing it. But I don't see what's going on. I don't see what's taking place. And just imagine what he felt on that 7th day when he got to experience those walls coming down. How miraculous. But you know, it's like, small obedience, these walls fell down. God made these walls fall down so we could go in and take this city. And that's what we're doing. This audacious faith, these Jericho moments of just marching around these walls. That's what we're doing here today. That's what we're believing is God's going to allow walls to fall. And the hope just continue going on. I've talked the last couple of weeks about that.
I'm sorry. Oh, God.
I feel like there's any hope. There's always hope through God. God
oh my gosh.
Believing it, we're marching, we're going to keep showing up, we're going to keep praying, we're going to keep believing it. Because God's going to move. Amen. One way or another, God is going to move. And I believe it. And I'm just waiting for the miraculous because He can get the glory. I believe that God is a way maker. The miraculous worker. Just look all the way throughout the Bible. And I know I've got several testimonies throughout my own life, just looking at Him showing up in huge and amazing ways that I didn't have no part of. And I just have to say, basically, God, we're asking you to move in this situation. We're asking you to walls to come down. That we just keep surrounding this situation through our prayers, through the worship. I know God sent angels, His army surrounding this situation. I'm believing God's going to show up. I'm believing He's greater than us. I'm believing. And I just thank you. I'm keep coming out, and I just love the faith that's represented here. The faith to believe in lost, the faith to believe in mountains from there. It's our faith that God can move through. It's our obedience of God. Right now, I just want to pray over the situation. And like last time, everybody has a prayer afterwards. Please just take off where I leave right off and just continue to pray. I'd love to see it. Prayer just outpouring through all of us in this situation. But I'm going to start it off right now. We're just begging and waiting on the part of Jesus to show up.
Aubrey, you're killing me. Oh, okay, that's okay. So it's in this video that someone says it. Okay.
Last week I said a little apology for all the stuff that I was believing on social media. Well, I got the worst of it this week. When they found out it was my face and that I was apologizing to Candace for believing the things, I got a lot of backlash. Well, that's all right with me because I believe that God's going to bring summer home. Yes. And it doesn't matter to me. I mean, I have issues in my head sometimes, and sometimes what people say does get to me. I read something that was sent to me today in my personal messages on Facebook. I got discouraged for all of about 5 minutes. I said, look, there's a prayer booth. I got to go. Amen. So, I'm human and I still get on that social media. I'm sorry, guys. But, I read stuff, but it doesn't matter. Summer's going to be fine. I believe that was on my heart. Yes. And, Candace, Dawn, do what you need to do as far as keep going to church, keep praying, do the things that you need to do. Because just believe in your heart and believe that Jesus is going to bring that baby. And special thanks to God for being here. Yes, amen.
I want to thank you all, and I just pray. I hope you all keep us in our prayers because I'm really under attack right now, big time from Satan. I mean, I feel like Satan took my baby. I feel like I was getting close. Satan owned me years ago, and since I've turned my heart to God and been trying to change my life, it's like Satan's had me under attack in so many ways. Now, I believe he's got my baby. And of course, he's responsible for all evilness. So, of course, it's him. And I feel totally lost without my daughter. She loved me unconditionally. She loved me more than nobody has loved me like my daughter has, except for God himself. And so I'm really lost. And now all these people are attacking, and I don't understand that. In my deepest, darkest moment, everybody, not everybody, but people are attacking us. And, it's real tough. So I thank you for your prayers and everything, and I just pray that God will bring summer back. That would answer a lot of questions. That would help us. I mean, I feel like I'm on the edge of ruin right now because of the things people are saying. Anyways, I don't know. But thank you.
But even though people are coming against you and bad things are being said about you, you don't have to worry about any of that because you know the truth. God knows the truth.
Right.
You are the day of judgment when you stand before Jesus. none of these people that are saying whatever they're saying are going to be standing there holding your hand saying, no, it wasn't him, it was me. It's not going to happen like that. So don't. And I know it's easier said than done.
Because you're guilty? Oh,
but just remember, the only one that you need to please is Jesus. The only one that you have to answer to is Jesus. And like I said, it's easier. It's easier said than done. Because the closer you get to God, the more the devil's going to try and attack you.
I appreciate that. I do.
But I just had to lay and just tell you, just keep the faith, keep praying, keep going. Yeah, and every time something upsets you, with whether it has to do with someone or anything in your life, hold on a minute. I belong to God, and just say, Lord, help me. Devil, get behind me.
Let's become everything. But anyway, I thought you, Simon, which was a beautiful thing.
Oh, praise the Lord. Thank you. But praise the Lord. There was a message in that, and I hope everybody received the message in that.
I can't. I can't do it. I cannot do it. So wait, I didn't hear it though. Y'all, this is what the frogs think. Okay. The answer, my friends, is blowing in the wind of the frogs in my backyard. So, yeah, I don't even know what else to say about that. I can't. What do you does anyone here think that Don is getting a raw deal? I would love to hear. Aubrey, we got flies too. They're not the frogs you would think. I mean, I'm sure they are helping, but there has been a ridiculous number of flies in this area too. Where is the brother now? What brother? Are you talking about the sex offender brother in Wisconsin? Anybody, please speak up if you think that we are that Chris is being too hard on Don, that we are being too hard on Don. Does anyone think that Don is innocent? Yes. Wait, this is what I meant to. Can I send down our meeting with investigators at 7? Let's pray for a rest or two. Okay, so listen, I'm pretty sure it's past 7. I think Tennessee time is the same as me, but possibly not. It's 8:22 where I am. Does anyone know what time it is in Tennessee? Okay, true rocket science. Don interrupting. Unfortunately, we have to see some private detectives at 7. Oh, private detectives? So did someone hire private detectives for them? Or what? What's that about? Same, Elizabeth. Same. Aubrey. Oh, Lord. Right. And that's what I'll say too. So here's the thing. Even if Don nor Candace nor Grandis had anything to do with what has happened to Summer or wherever she has gone, all of this stuff that's come out is still true. The conditions that she and those other kids are living in is still accurate, and it's still nasty. And they still didn't protect her And I think, I mean, just my opinion, but even if she was taken, it's awful, awful, awful. Obviously, if that is what happened, whatever happened is awful because we don't know where she is. But what I want to say is, I want to choose my words carefully because I don't always do that. Um, I'm just going to say they didn't protect her. They didn't protect her. So they have to accept some responsibility for that, don't they? No thanks, you too. That is hilarious. That's a hilarious name. What's on there? And how can I know that I was thinking that too. And I also kept thinking, why, why did Chris make a point to bring that up? See, he's telling us things, right? Like he specifically mentioned it's important to what Summer was wearing in that last picture. The outfit she was supposed to wear for her first day of school. That was important. And I don't know if it was because it was a discrepancy in what Candace and Don said, because that wouldn't, to me, I don't know if that's that big of a deal. But is there something more? Is it like, I don't know. What do y'all think the significance is of the outfit? Because Candace clearly said that she put Summer in the swimsuit that morning because it was hot, even though it was only 8 in the morning, and I doubt it's really that hot yet. But anywho, Dawn says that she picked that out in the morning specifically, that Summer picked it up. Did you see the cigarette burns on Summer's knuckles? Which crazy did it? Okay, I did not see that. Where did you see that? I know, Aubrey. Candace knows Donnie Boy's past and his son's past, yet allowed her daughter to sleep in a bed. Yeah, yeah. I know, Susan. Well, who are the circle of people? And again, I'm going to ask, and I bring this up in like every video. Again, I want to know, where are all of the folks who want to say something nice, who actually know Don and Candace, who will actually speak on their behalf and say, Don is a really hard worker. He's just a good guy. He's a great dad. Candace is such an involved mother. She came to all of the kids' school conferences. Where are these people? No one has come forward other than, who was it? I can't remember. It was one person who came. I mean, Rose Bly came out and said, or not Rose Bly, she's missing. My bad. I always get that wrong. Rose Meyer said, she speaks highly of her friend, Candace, okay? But she doesn't have anything good to say about Don. Literally no one has anything good to say about Don. Don's ex-wife, you're right. Pamela Wells, which her credibility is not there. I don't know when she's seen him last even, but from what I hear, she has some significant issues of her own. So anyway, but that's one person, and really all she said was they love summer. That's all she said. So I would like to know, yeah, Aubrey, I saw that and I shared that earlier. There was some stuff on Facebook. She's saying that Candace lied in an interview. Yes, Susan, I know. Amma Ray, I'm glad you're here. I see you in a lot of the lives, and I'm just glad you're here. He may be meeting with TBI investigators or FBI investigators. Doesn't mean he's meeting with private investigators. Okay. Yeah, I only said that because that's what somebody put. And I say right now that I didn't hear it on that video that I just played. I did not watch True Crime Rocket Science video yet. I am going to go do that. Hi, Gulf Coast. Welcome. Glad to have you. So I do really want to watch that because I truly enjoy his videos. But yes, Susan, I agree. Which stories specifically keep changing, in your opinion? I know, Teresa. Absolutely. And a miracle is possible. And I just wanted to say, I know a lot of people were kind of making fun of the prayer vigil, and let's just, I'm a person of faith myself. I am a praying person, which is why I have scrolling across the bottom, pray for Summer Moon Utah Wells. And I don't really too much get down with making fun of other people's faith. For all we know, those people are just they're just practicing their faith the way that they choose to. And I don't have much to say about that. I don't think that we would dare, if we were to see a mosque, I don't think that we would sit there and talk crap about what they were doing because that would be not politically correct. So I'm not going to do it to the Seventh-day Adventists either, or Catholics, or you know what I mean, just anybody. Because I myself, I would consider myself a Baptist Christian. So that's very different than what I've experienced in the Catholic Church. And I didn't grow up Catholic, but I had a very good friend who's Catholic, and I would go to church with her. And so, anyway, growing up, I went to a lot of different churches because my family didn't go. And I would just visit churches with different people. And so they're just all very different. And I don't know. I just think we need to just let people do what they do, unless something's really, like if they were actually sacrificing an animal, I'd have to, not be on board with that, of course. Okay, so sorry, Melissa, I know you said something earlier too, and I didn't get to you. If she was dressed in boys' clothes, she might go unnoticed. Many pics being shared of her with her longer hair. Yeah, I have noticed that too. I think at this point, I do think that enough of her pictures are out there that people know what she looks like. Maybe I'm just stuck in, my little YouTube world, and I think it's bigger than it really is, but I feel like her case is getting a ton of coverage. Okay, what now? What's this about? That video didn't have nothing in it really except meeting with the investigators. Which video, honey? Searchers need to continue and clean up the property so it's a safe environment for anyone living there. That would be nice. You know what? What else would be really nice of anyone, their church to, and maybe they've offered to do this, or I don't know what's allowed and what isn't allowed if they're under investigation and whatnot, but that would be something that I could see the church wanting to do is go into the home and help them get organized and cleaned up and whatnot. Thank you, Gulf Coast. I appreciate that. Um, yes, King of Kings. She does. She's just oh my gosh, she's just so precious. She's so darling. Okay, so SK Bugged does not think that those are burns. I hadn't heard that that either before, that they were burns. So I don't know. Political views too. Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't think, I mean, I people have made fun of some things I know with the home, and but it's not funny. None of this is funny, really, but we're all just trying to keep sane while we. Oh, okay. Is this what are you referring to what's on her hands, Miss Slinky Moon? I'm slow. I just realized that. Okay. Blisters. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, it did really seem like that. Yep. For real. Where's David and Jose? Where are David and Jose, y'all? Where they at? What do people think about the accident theory? Mm. Well, you know, dang it. This is so bizarre. Do you guys feel like we are living inside of a poorly acted Lifetime movie? Because I do. I'm going to tell you, I was all about the possible dry drowning. That's what I thought happened. And now, with all of this other garbage coming out, I'm just like, and that wasn't even my first thought. My first thought, honestly, my very first thought, okay, when I saw Summer dancing around that dang red barrel that says for sale with that flippin' song playing, my immediate thought was, yeah, Elizabeth. Yeah, that was my first thought. And I just felt ill, obviously. And I've gone back and forth about that numerous times. But the accidental dry drowning thing, yeah, bubble gotch tuber. How do you say bubble gotcha tuber? Is that how you say that? And hi. Allegedly, Jose got a personal trip to New. Yeah. Okay. You know what? I would really like to know if he made it to North Carolina at all. Jose, if you're watching, I would love to talk with you. I would love to see your face and know that you are alive because I'm not too sure at this point. Who knows? He probably has absolutely nothing to do with it. And he's not going to come out because I think he's here illegally, isn't he? So the gag order was about the boys. So what does that just mean that he's not allowed to talk about anything associated with the child services case? I wonder was the milk put there to cool her down if she was overheating from being in the car? Well, okay, here's the thing. Who keeps the kid in a freaking sweatsuit if she's hot? You know? Candace said it was 2 minutes. Who can come up and take anybody in that short time, especially when she's outside with grandma fixing her brace? I know, Vanessa, but the only thing, and it's not, it really isn't plausible, okay, or probable, but it's possible. The way that it would be possible would be if someone was waiting and watching, waiting and watching, and knew that these people don't really pay too much attention to what's going on. Because remember, Don showed that it took him under 3 minutes to get through that section of the woods out to the road. Okay, bubble got tuber, you didn't spell it phonetically, you just spelled it the same way that it was, so I don't know how to say it. Help me learn. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. At the prayer circle today, Don said something along the lines of, please let Summer be found so all this could be cleared up. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with this guy? Oh, I know. He's only concerned about clearing his name. I think someone wandered off or is over the other side of Beach Creek where it was a drop off. The searchers didn't search there because it was too rough. It did like a straight drop off. Hmm. Hmm. And have any of you seen the craziness about someone? Okay, first of all, there's some guy named, I'm going to say Richard, but you know, the nickname for Richard, Dollar. Okay, Richard Dollar. Richard Dollar pops up in the Facebook posts, and he asked, as well as many others have asked, hey, Donnie, have you talked to so and so and so and so? These couple of people, right? I think it's like Buddy and some chick. And then they posted who those people are, and they are oh shoot. Okay, bye. I'm sorry I couldn't say your name right. I do apologize, but thanks for visiting. What was I talking about? Totally lost my train of thought because I was very concerned about not saying Bubble Gaktuber's name right. I'm so sorry. Billy Bob and Charlene. Yeah. What did I say? Bubba? But anyway, yeah, those people. And then so I looked it up, and from 2018, they were arrested in some kind of, nastiness, some kind of sex trafficking yucky. Okay, what photo are you talking about? Okay. Okay, yes. And Melissa, one comment Candace said, well, I dressed her in light clothes because, she gets hot. Then later said, I know, girl, I know. Contradictions all over the dang place. The prayer circle video was on Jamie, what's his name? What's going on here? Okay, bye, Bubble. I can say that part. Yes. So who are these private detectives? Who are they? What are they doing? Yeah, so Richard Dollar gets around town. And I would really like to know his true identity, he or she, because let's face it, anyone can hide behind a Facebook name. Jellybean here. Jellybean could be a man or a woman. We don't know because Jellybean has no picture. And even if Jellybean did have a picture, and I'm sorry, I'm picking on you. I don't mean to, Jellybean. Um, but I'm just saying anyone can portray themselves as anyone they want to, on the internet. Scary. I wondered if she meant summer would get cold on the way home because Candace drives with the windows down. Yeah, that's a possibility. I still would have to say that I think that is unlikely just because of the fact that we're talking about Tennessee, and that day the high was, I think, 79, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. And Tennessee is very humid, so it's going to feel warmer than that. So with the wind blowing, that still translates to hot for me, but I don't know. I'm not a 5-year-old, so maybe the wind makes her feel cold. Some kids are like that. They just don't like wind blowing on them. I don't know. Okay, what? Johnny Boy isn't exactly keen on telling the truth, so who knows if they have a meeting or if it's actually private detective. Yeah, so true. John doesn't know the face, or the FBI has electronic footprints, and on footprints they're picking up is through the dog path. Oh, pick up his through the dog. Okay. Um, but you know what he needs to be thinking about? He needs to be thinking about his digital footprint, as does Candace, because the digital footprint will tell if they were planning something unsavory to do with their child. Well, she was wet. Did she have wet clothes on under that tracksuit? She sat on a pillow because she was wet. Okay, so Slinky Moon. Candace said in the article, if I'm not mistaken, that she changed her out of the swim clothes. So I don't know. You told Chris they've got their phones back. What? Ain't no way. Don't believe it for a second. I believe he said that, but I don't believe it's true. Maybe it's the TBI and they're putting him in the box tonight. Ooh, this is the favorite comment of the evening, folks. Yes, that's what I want to see. Right, Teresa. Um, what video? What video where Candace is shaking? What's that about? I think Candace was talking about after swimming, she was wet and cold with windows down. Yeah, I know, but I don't think, nope. I just don't think so. I just disagree just because um I've been to Tennessee and it's freaking hot. And it was okay. It wasn't at night though, Valerie, is the thing. They remember they dropped Hunter off around 2 or 2:30. So that's pretty much the hottest part of the day generally. The phone was cleaned by law enforcement, which means they have everything downloaded. Oh, okay. Not that they were clean, as in nothing bad. Okay, that's possible. So, not a bead of sweat on that baby in the back seat. Maybe it's nothing, but that was off to me. Hmm. Yeah, I know. Everything is off, though. Literally everything. But yeah, so they very well could have completed whatever they needed to do with the phones, I suppose, and gave them back at this point. I don't know. Aubrey. So H didn't have a change of clothes and was wet, but no pillow and sat on Skittles. Lord. I know. Why no pillow for these guys, for this guy? And I don't think that H has anything to do with anything personally, but that's just me. Yeah, Susan, I showed that his Facebook comments earlier about that too, that he went on his little rant. That was at the beginning of this stream. Hopefully we all are, Aubrey. I hope. And I still want to know, that was not that cold that time of evening to put her on a, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't, it was at 2 in the afternoon. Okay. So let's see what you say. I live about 15 minutes from Tennessee in Wilmington, North Carolina. Those creeks, streams, little water areas like that are cold. Sure. Okay. And a lot colder than normal water and pools, and my kids freeze when they get up. Okay. Yep, I could see that. Um, I do not live 15 minutes from Tennessee. I've just been to Tennessee and I live in the South. Um, so yeah, but I can definitely see that maybe that Warriors Creek or whatever it was cold. Yeah, that's logical. But, and let me just say this again, didn't the story go that after they left the creek, they went to all those other places? Like they had to go back and get the prescription, or had they already? I can't remember the timeline now. And frankly, Candace and Hunter both gave different timelines, so I don't know. But I don't think that Hunter had anything to do with anything. Billy Bean. Don told Chris I got their phones back the next day. When Chris did his interview with Hunter, he said he hadn't gotten his phone back yet. Yeah, I saw that too. Okay, so Madame Shadow thinks that H does have something to do with it. Yeah, I don't. Can you share your thoughts with why you think that? The interview? What about the interview? Because to me, like I can, obviously Allie, she's got a little, vengeance for Candace based on the whole Jose deal, and some kind of falling out. Okay. But the things that she was saying just sounded like I just believed her. I just can't explain it. Like I don't see any reason for her to be that, to be that upset about this Jose guy. She doesn't want to talk to the Jose guy anymore. She's like, screw that Jose guy. He likes chicks with dicks or chicks with Richards. And he hit on my daughter. So she was like done with him. Um, what are the teal shorts? I don't know anything about that. Valerie, and I mean this in the most loving way. That's for you, Valerie. But I do hear what you're saying. Yes, lots of trees, and that's shade. But I'm just going to tell you, I've been camping in Tennessee, and it was in July. And again, this was 8 years ago. Okay, so weather can be different, but on that particular trip, I was freaking melting, and we had the hose on us. We were running through the sprinkler, and it cooled us off for as long as we were wet. And as soon as we were dry again, we were melting again. So it was just, and we were surrounded by mountains. So I'm just saying, yeah, hot and humid. Yes, this case is going to be solved soon. I pray that is the case. Abso-freaking-lutely. My email, Aubrey, is Libby Star. Here, I'll just put it right here. I'll put it in here. Um, and it's Gmail. Yes, they do like their Mountain Dew. When you're wet and in the air conditioning of a car, it's cold. Yes. Um, However, does it say Lily? Lily Life. Candace does not like air conditioning, and the air conditioning was not on. So, nope. And also, you got to think about the time that they were sitting in the parking lot. When they were sitting at Priceless, they were in the parking lot in the heat. So Summer's wearing a tracksuit sitting there. Now, Candace says 5 minutes. Hunter says an hour. No idea. But I do not believe it was 5 minutes. Maybe it wasn't an hour, but I don't believe it was 5 minutes because she got more than just that milk. There was enough groceries that they had to be divvied up because some of it was her mom's. So, yeah. I believe it was that guy. Wait, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this one. The water is cold. Yes, colder than most places. Yep, but we are cold in the water and while wet, but once dry, it's hot and humid. Yeah, same. I believe it was that guy that was squatting on the property. He posted his alibi. Yeah. What was that dude's name? I always forget these people's names when I'm on here. When it matters most. Was it like Jamie or Jimmy or something, Jammy. I don't know. Ooh, was it Billy Bob? Yeah, she got enough groceries that the boys had to help. Yeah, I know. I know. There were 2 cartons of milk or 2 gallons of milk. I mean, John. Yeah, let's call him John. No, I don't think it is, though. What's that? Jackie Dobbs. Jackie Dobbs, right? Jackie Dobbs. Yes, Jelly Bean. I know, Valerie. I don't want to think that anyone hurt her. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yeah, I bet they have, Teresa. I bet they have. Okay, good night, Melissa. Thanks for popping in and sharing your thoughts. I need AC also, Emre. Okay, that's who I thought we were talking about. So, okay, so who's the squatter? Is that the imaginary dude that Don was talking about? Sorry, wasn't Don talking about an imaginary guy that he called about? Oh gosh. But Jessica, I don't know. I don't know. Chris McDonough seems to think that Don's smarter than we realize. Why did Hunter take Candace's phone to go through it and looked at her text and said it was done? Why does Hunter have Candace's code on her phone? Well, we don't know that Candace has I think it's Jackie Dobbs, but we don't know that Candace has a code on her phone. She may or may not. But the reason that he went through it is because he was being nosy. I mean, he said he was suspicious. He said it in his interview because this was after she was missing. And I gotta say, unless Hunter's a real dum dum, um, he knows very well that the TBI is going to see those messages. So he would be not smart at all to put that out in an interview knowing that they were going to debunk what he has said. I think he's smarter than that, but I could definitely be wrong. Well, Tracy, everyone has issues. He's a teenager. Who didn't have issues when they were a teenager? Okay. No, Dobbs was not a squatter, but see, that's the thing, is someone could have called Dobbs a squatter, but it was shown that he actually owns property, or he was going to buy it or something, and then he was like, I didn't want it because it didn't include the creek. Why did Don bring up Chris's video? That's a great question, Helen. Who's got an answer for her? When he called out the drug dealer's name and Chris bleeped it out. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay, Aubrey, I will check. Hunter spoke with Tennessee law enforcement before his interview. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he told them about those messages, and I'm pretty sure he's not an idiot to where he would make that up to tell them because he knows that they can verify it. He's a kid. He knows about phones. He knows that they can locate that. Okay, what about Allie? I mean, I feel like she lies a lot. Yeah, okay, you get a feeling, but I want to know where and when was Allie caught in a lie? Like a lie. Not confusion of what happened, but an outright lie. And I'm not saying she didn't, but I'm not aware of her being caught in a lie. No, I mean, he's probably not street smart, but what I'm saying is I think he's smart enough to know that if he makes an allegation and if he's told law enforcement that same allegation that they can prove or disprove it. I would hope. Venus detective skills when he don't know how to get out of a car or knows what's in the car. I know, right? He was like, wait, did I get out of the car? Like, dude, what? Um, I do too, Elizabeth, just saying. Yes, I agree. So here's the thing about that. Let's just put this out there. So they were friends. Okay. So Allie knew this stuff, and yet Allie was hanging out with her. So do we get a sense that Allie is, you know, pretty much a similar type of gal as Candace? Um, and I'll tell you on my last video, I think it was, I showed a video of, it was a really short, just a few seconds of Allie's mom. Okay. Allie's mom, who was partying at the Wells house. And that girl was out of it. That grandma was out of it, sitting right there next to her granddaughter. So I'm just saying that's they kind of they do that. They're into that kind of stuff. And but anyway, so Candace and Allie fell out. I guess it was over this Jose dude. And who's to say that Allie hasn't changed her ways now? Maybe she was like, dang, I can't believe I was hanging out with her doing that, acting like that. I need to get right. Just saying. But my thing is, Candace and Don have reason to lie because fingers are being pointed at them. Nobody is suggesting that I know of that Allie has something to do with anything. The only reason I could see her potentially lying is to cover for something for Hunter. But I don't think Hunter did anything. Hunter was called that evening by Candace, and no one has disputed that, to say Summer's gone. Why would that call occur if Hunter had something to do with what happened? Okay, Slinky Moon. She's got some tea. Allie lying. H said he showed his mom the vape on the porch before he went in the house. And how could Allie be at the truck? H and Candace say Summer was awake. Allie says she was asleep. If I'm not mistaken, Hunter said he didn't pay attention to what Summer was doing when he got out of the car. But that is the big one right there, where yes, Allie is adamant that she went to the truck and she saw Summer looking like that. Candace denies that. That doesn't mean that Allie's lying. Maybe Candace is lying. Hunter doesn't remember. He said that. He said he thought she was awake, but he doesn't remember. I'm just saying that's Candace's word against Allie's. That's not proof of a lie. There's a pic of Allie and the arrow pointed at a teal vape, one that Candace bought. Maybe they're all lying. Okay, but why? Why would Hunter be lying? What in the world, what motive would Hunter have for doing anything? We already know that Candace and Don have the sketchiest pasts and presents it's possible. But we're like, but wait, what about Hunter and Allie and Leslie? All they did was point out all the sketchy shit that we already know. I do think he was maybe underage. Well, yes. And he's admitted that. That's my thing. He's admitted what he's done. Yeah. Bringing some extra home to take to his girlfriend that night. Yeah, probably so. Oh, in an earlier interview, Allie said Summer was awake. Does anyone recall that? I've seen both of those interviews, and never, I mean, I've seen two interviews. If there's another one that I'm not aware of, I'm not saying that you're, um, I don't know. I'm just saying I never heard that. The two interviews that I saw done by Unmasked and Chris, she said that Summer was sleeping and that she wanted to see her. And Candace rolled up the window really quick and was like, nope, we got to go. Okay, well, Tracy, feel free to exit. God bless you. Minors can be charged with contributing to minors. I think maybe they are leaving parts out, shading to lessen the alcohol thing, and that makes them come off as not credible. But I do not think H did. Yeah, at this point, it's like, why? You got a missing little girl here. Let's be more concerned about that than who was drinking alcohol and vaping. You know, this is not a time to be lying about petty stuff. Well, it's okay, Tracy. I mean, yes, the thing is, I mean, again, and I just should probably put this across the bottom too. I do not make any claim that what I'm talking about is going to help find Summer. I know it isn't. And I don't mean any disrespect to you. It's just, it helps people to talk about it. And that's all we're doing. We're talking about it. We're all upset that this baby is missing. And we all want her found. And there's really nothing that any of us can do except for talk about it. And to pray, of course. And some people do have the ability to go and search. And to them, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And some have given money, for the billboards and to help the search teams. And that's amazing also. Yeah, I agree, madam. I like saying madam. And your little icon is cute too. Yes. Something has to break. Yes. Yeah, I agree. And the reason, I only bring up H when someone else brings up H and asks me what I think. And that's when I tell them I don't think he had anything to do with it. And I don't know why we're talking about it. Because I like to try to change people's, honestly, I do. I take up for Hunter because I was a teacher for many, many years. And I have a heart for kids and teenagers. I taught high school and middle school. And so Hunter, to me, kind of just represents my students. And I don't know, I just think he's just a kid who's caught in a really sketchy situation and probably wishes he didn't go fishing that day, which they didn't even go fishing, but that's what he thought he was doing. Or I don't even know. I've organized hundreds of searches for missing people. In the cases of minor children, I've never had parents who didn't reach out and participate. Yeah, it's bananas. Oh my God, I know. I know. I know. Um I want to cover that case too, but I'm so consumed by Summer's case right now. Um and I have to do other things in life, so I just don't have, you know what I mean? It just, even talking about it and putting the videos together and all that stuff, like, is emotionally taxing because you're thinking about this little girl and all this. It's emotionally taxing. That's all I can say. And I have other things to worry about in addition to her. So there's just, I don't know how so many creators cover multiple cases. I truly don't, unless it's their job, their income, and they don't have to do, or if they're stay-at-home parents or something like that, and they don't have to do other stuff. I don't know. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that would be just awesome. Yeah, and I haven't heard anything new on that case, but it could also be because I've been obsessed with Summer's case. And now it's just been so long, but we can't forget about the boys. We can't. We have to keep thinking about them. We have to keep praying for them. All right. Well, I've been on here way too long, and I actually have to go potty and have something for dinner. But I thank everyone for joining me. I hope you have enjoyed our conversation. Please continue, obviously, to pray for Summer and for her brothers, and as well as for the West boys. God bless you all. Hold each other. Love one another. If you have people in your life that you love, tell them that you love them before it's too late. God bless. Bye now.